Well, thank you for joining us for our June 2016 Park City Market Talk webinar. I'm Doug Olmsted, a realtor here at Keller Williams Park City Real Estate, and I'm the seller's consultant here on the Wilstein team.
And I'm Dean DeLeon, realtor at Keller Williams, and I'm the buyer's consultant specialist on the Wilstein team.
Well, Utah Ski Resorts had a record winter visitation.
Big season.
Big season.
Park City, again, was recognized by Travel and Leisure as America's #1 favorite town.
We're going to go ahead and jump through the Park City real estate market update and show you what's selling and, more importantly, for what prices.
And we'll go over some new homes and condos that are currently in the process of being built and some future projects here in the near future.
Super. It is now officially home selling season. We've got some fantastic tips for you to get your home sold. Let's go ahead and jump into it. According to Nathan Rafferty, who's the president of Ski Utah, Park City and Utah Ski Resorts had record winter visitation. That's 4,457,000 visitors. Yes, that's correct. That's a lot of skiers. That's 5% above the previous best winter, which was 2007-2008 ski season, and 12.9% better than last year.
Some impressive numbers. One of the things that attributes to that is the early snow that we got. A couple early storms, which made for nice powder days to go out there. Us locals like it, and then obviously the tourists do as well. But it shows that we're going to have a good snow season, and people start booking their trips to come out here to take advantage of that. But another thing that attributes to it is the Vail effect, the combining of Park City and Canyons resorts here in Park City. So it's now one resort, the largest resort in North America, over 7,300 skiable acres. It's ginormous. And it's a lot of fun too. We really enjoyed it this season. But what Vail also does is they have more of a presence in the market, so they market out internationally, nationally. So we're touching more people, and we're seeing that in the numbers here. More people are coming in to visit and take advantage of the great skiing that we have.
Indeed. Vail makes it very affordable with their Epic Pass as well. People can come ski here that have Epic Passes elsewhere with Vail Resorts. So, you know, between Vail and all the resorts, they're reporting that all the resorts put a combined $100 million of improvements into the resorts between Deer Valley and Deer Valley owning Solitude now. So word's gotten out.
Word is out.
And word is out, and internationally again, Parks Travel and Leisure has named Park City as America's #1 favorite town.
We keep saying it, the cat's out of the bag, but we've known it for a long time. Past couple of years, we keep getting these awards or #1 favorite towns. It's really cool.
So a few things that they mentioned were outdoor bliss. It is truly an outdoorsman's place to live with skiing, snow, sunshine, and a good chance of celebrity spotting during the Sundance Film Festival.
There are quite a few of those. And then also, Park City's turned into a bit of a wine town. Stein Eriksen Lodge has an extensive list. Tupelo, which is brand new, in the middle of Main Street, they've got a nice wine list. And then the new Park City Wine Cellars at the base of Park City or Main Street. And they actually are unique in that it's more of a wine tasting. You go in, you have a glass of wine, taste it, sit down with your friends, chat. It's very comfortable, nice environment. Eat some chips and meats that they offer. But then if you like the wine that you drink, you could actually buy the bottle there or buy a case of it and take it from the store itself, which is rare in Park City.
That's great. That's great. And my guess is that while the readers were here and the editors were here in Park City, they probably saw Dean, who was out on Main Street. Because more importantly, they said the locals impressed readers by looking well-toned.
Oh, thank you, Doug. Just trying to keep up with you.
There's those guns. All right. Free ticket to the gun show. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the Park City real estate market. Let's go ahead and jump into it. There was 1,343 sales in Park City over the past 12 months. Now that's homes, condos, and vacant land combined, and that's down 5% or about 76 sales from the year previous. Now we did know this little adjustment would be coming. Over the past couple of years, sales have been up, but it's important to differentiate that this reduction in number of sales is due to a lack of inventory and certainly not from a lack of buyer demand.
No. Here, this first graph is going to represent year-to-year comparisons of closed sales from June 2015 to May 2016. 2015 being represented in the gray, 2016 being represented in the red. Home sales were down 6% from 537 to 505. Condo sales down 5% from 688 to 654, and vacant lots were down 5% from 194 to 184.
Great. And this graph breaks it down by home sales. In Park City limits, home sales were down 16% from 187 sales to 157 sales. But in the Snyderville Basin, nearly flat, just down 1% from 350 sales to 348 sales.
Here we're going to look at the breakdown of condo sales. In Park City proper, we were down 26% from 391 to 291. And then in Snyderville Basin, we were up 22% from 297 to 363. And the reason for this, again, is the buyers are still there. The inventory is not there. And we'll see that in the later slides. But Snyderville Basin has had some new developments where there's more inventory. It's a hot product for buyers. They like it. So they've been getting purchased. And that's why we're seeing increases in the Snyderville Basin for condos.
Super. It's good buyer demand. If we look at lot sales, in Park City limits, down 22% from 36 sales to 28 sales. Now remember, that's a very small sampling of overall lot sales. But in Snyderville Basin, you can see relatively flat, down 1% from 158 to 156, and a pretty good sampling, so again, showing good buyer demand. Another leading indicator that we do look at is days on market. If you've been watching these webinars, pretty consistently we've been seeing this number drop and drop and drop, which does show that the properties are not sitting on the market for very long before buyers do put them under contract. So we're down from 116 days all the way down to 101 days on market. Well, Dean, so we know we've got low inventory and good buyer demand. What's happening with property prices?
We're going up. Here in this graph, we're showing the year-to-year comparison of median home price sold, or home sold prices, I apologize, from June 2015 to May 2016. Gray again representing 2015, red representing 2016. We saw in Park City proper a 15% increase, double digits again, from $1,335,000 to $1,532,000. And in the Snyderville Basin, we saw a 14% increase from $820,000 to $935,000.
Huge increases.
Big increases.
Condominiums, similar story. In Park City limits, up 21% from $535,000 all the way up to $647,500. And in the Snyderville Basin, up 12% from $375,000 all the way up to $418,225.
And here we're going to look at the lot sold, and we're seeing the same thing here. Up 27% in Park City. Again, keep in mind this was a smaller sampling.
Yep.
Because there's just, fact of the matter is there are not a whole lot of lots to be purchased in Park City proper, which is the in-town portion of Park City from basically the White Barn in. And then we saw a 27% increase in price though, from $550,000 to $700,000. And then Snyderville Basin, they remain relatively the same. Couple, I think, just two less sold properties for the vacant lots. But we did see a 39% increase in price from $295,000 to $410,500.
Great. Well, Dean, being the buyer specialist, why don't you go ahead and take us through some of the new developments?
All right, as we've mentioned, there's a lot of new developments, more than 20 in Park City, Deer Valley, and nearby areas. And we'll go through a few of the highlighted ones. At the Canyons, we have The Lift, Apex, and Blackstone Residences. Lift is going to be located at the new village at the Canyons. Vail is bringing in the designer that designed their village at Vail in Colorado. He's designing a new village, and they're supposed to break ground this summer on that. But Lift is going to be highlighted in that village as the new condo complex for people to purchase between probably $600,000, I want to say, and they haven't come out with prices. This was an early estimate. $600,000 for a studio type property, up to around $1.8 million. Apex is going to be the new crown jewel of the canyons. It's going to be a ski-in, ski-out property right on the hill at the base, just to the left of the gondola as you're going up that first section. And what's great about this property is it has a ski run coming through. So not only can you ski in from the side, you can ski right through the property. So pretty unique. But also the architect who is designing the Apex was the same architect that built Stein Eriksen Residences, which is over there on the right. Stein Eriksen Residences is in Upper Deer Valley, and it's the new premier residences in Upper Deer Valley. They expected when they built them to sell 2 to 3 properties a year. At that price point would be good because they're between $5 million or $6 million and $9 million. And they actually sold 5 properties this past year. There's 6 of them that are under contract and 3 of them that are still available, but the reasoning for that is because they're new, they're contemporary, and it's something that buyers are really looking at, and we're expecting the same to happen once Apex breaks ground and starts going up. The Blackstone Residences is at Canyon still, but it's located in the parking lot, so the lower area. You can still walk to the cabriolet, so they are great access. A little more reasonably priced. They're 3 stories. You have your own garage. It's a true townhome. And the pricing there is at $1,150,000. The Parkite is going to be located on Main Street, middle of Main Street. Great location. It's the middle, or not the middle, but the old mall that was up there. They completely renovated the place and turned it into condos. It's a great location, a very contemporary look. They just relaunched it, so that's going to be something to look out for. And then Park City Heights. It's on the way out east of Park City. This actually is going to be one of the bigger new developments that you're going to find in the Park City area just because there is no more capacity to build this type of deal. But it is going to be a brand new subdivision, and there's going to be single family homes. They've got a few spec homes up right now, single family homes, townhomes, and they're going to have lots, and they're going to give you the option of 3 different style homes to build. It's going to be a full-on community. There's going to be a rec center. There's going to be trails and paths around it, so it's going to be very nice once they get that up and running here. And then One Empire Pass. This is in Empire Pass, obviously. Just broke ground earlier this week. What's unique about this property is each owner has a view of the ski runs, but also has a view of the valley down in Park City because they're the full width of the building.
That's great, yeah.
So that's very cool. And something else that's neat is you access the home through your own elevator. Not your own elevator. The elevators are shared, but your elevator opens up to your own front door, and each person has their own hallway entrance to their home, which is very luxurious.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thanks, Dean.
Yep.
So for more information on these or the rest of the properties in Park City, just go to BuyParkCityRealEstate.com/new homes, and you can go through and read about all of these properties that Dean has mentioned and all of the other ones as well. 820 Park Avenue there at the town lift. There's more information on Apex, all these new properties. So have a look through that.
Perfect.
Well, like we said, it is officially home selling season in Park City. We've got some tips here to help you get your home sold for the least amount of time and for the most amount of money. And it's true what they say, you never get a second chance to make a first great impression. I was reading the other day and I came across an article that says that the average person makes about 35,000 decisions a day, just subconsciously. You're not even aware that you're doing it. But it got me thinking that if you just don't have great curb appeal, a buyer could easily just dismiss your property right off the bat without even really realizing it. So just a little bit of flaked paint or a dirty window or something like that could really hamper your chances to make a first great impression.
And that impression really starts online.
It does.
94% of the people, when they're purchasing the property, start on the internet, in the internet age that we're living in, and they start looking at the photos. So when you see the photos, you want to make sure that house is clean before the photos are taken. But it's also important to have a professional photographer take the photos. The Wilstein team does it, and I'm a buyer's agent, and it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. when
Sure does.
somebody puts a property on the market and there's no photos with it, because we are such a visual generation, visual people nowadays, that when it gets posted and I'll send it out to buyers and buyers will look at it, they'll skip right by the property if the photos aren't there. So sometimes it's more beneficial to wait a couple of days, get the professional photos taken, and then put the property on the market.
Yep.
Because you only get one shot at first impression, and as soon as you put that property on the market, a little inside tip is that your property gets sent out to everybody's websites, and all the buyers that are looking at that property, that's your one opportunity to make a first impression. So it is very important.
You know, as property owners, we do get pretty accustomed to seeing our home the way it is every day. We go in and out of it. So, you know, have someone else come through it, a professional or even just a friend or family, and just have them come through and have a little more critical eye. Part of showing your property is depersonalization, and you know, buyers need to come through and they need to be able to see themselves living in your property.
A lot of photos are great for you when you're living in the home, and it's fantastic. And even still, just some photos when you're trying to sell a home would be okay, because it shows that it's a nice family home. But overdoing it, photos that are maybe a little bit too intimate, or just an abundance of different photos in a specified area, might just clean up the clutter. Not saying that you should get rid of all your photos, because it is very nice, but you don't have to overwhelm the house with the photos, which can sometimes turn the buyer off.
Indeed. You know, if you have a vacant property, or if there's a room that you just can't really figure out how it would live, let us make some recommendations on staging that room or your property, and that will definitely increase the sale price.
And then, as you can see in the picture over there, animal heads. It is something, it's a trophy for a lot of people, and they take pride of it, and we think that's fantastic. However, it is a hot button for many buyers out there, and if there are a lot of animal heads located throughout the home, sometimes I've been in situations where a buyer walks into the house, they see an animal head, turn right back around and leave because they take it personal. It's nothing personal, but some people just do, and they prefer not to see it, and they get uncomfortable when they see it. So if possible, limit the number of animal heads that are hanging in the home, or remove them completely.
Super. Lots of value additions for your home. We want to definitely make sure that we highlight the benefits of your property. So tell us if you have a security system or the smart home technology, high efficiency appliances, high ceilings, air treatment systems.
Consider including all or some of your furniture in the sale. If there's something, a piece of furniture that makes your home extra special and you want to point that out, then include it in the sale, and a buyer would be thrilled to have it. Or in some cases, in Park City, a little bit different of a market. A lot of buyers are investors, or they're buying a second home or a ski vacation, and they don't want to have to come out here and furnish the entire home. And the same thing goes for the sellers. They don't want to sell their property because it's a second home, come out and move the furniture. So depending on the area, that's not the case for all properties, but in some situations it can be beneficial to include all the furniture in the sale of the home.
Super, that's great. And then there's the intangibles. You know, what is the view of the property, the location? Is it around the bus route? Is it real close to skiing? What's that sun exposure? Does it have a flat driveway? All these types of things that we definitely take into account when marketing your property. Now, a property pre-inspection, that's having a certified property inspector go through your property prior to us marketing and listing it. It's a very proactive approach to selling your home. And that way we can make recommendations and repair major items in advance. This can avoid costly negotiations or even losing a sale. Oftentimes, as Dean knows, buyers go through what's called their due diligence period, and this is where they do their own property inspection and see what the property's about and what repairs might cost them. But oftentimes they may not have enough time to get bids and things, and so they will overemphasize what they think the cost is going to be, and again, that can end up costing a seller more during negotiations.
It certainly will help make the whole process go a little smoother.
I think it's a great idea. Demonstrate care for the property. Make sure that your home is clean and inviting. Again, it's that first impression.
catch up with any deferred maintenance items, which goes back to the pre-inspection. It's going to point out the deferred maintenance items, and then you can make those corrections so it looks like the home's been taken care of. Not that it hasn't been, but it just looks more presentable as far as being up to date.
Same thing with your carpets. If you see any stains or wear patterns, maybe you want to have them steam cleaned. First thing buyers will think is if there's a stain, they're gonna need to replace the entire household full of carpets.
All new carpets.
May not be the case.
But it may be.
Well, the three most important rooms that sell properties: the kitchen. Yep. The master bedroom, the master bathroom. Kitchen is the heart of the home, and every time we have people over, that's where everybody kind of gathers, and that's where the food is and all the entertaining.
And some of the recommended upgrades that we would recommend would be little touches that you might not think of, as far as new cabinet pulls to make them come out smoothly, or the slam free. When you slam them hard, they stop and hydraulically enter without busting the cabinet door off. Or just new handles. You put new handles on there, which would update the cabinets immediately. If you have old wooden handles, or if they're all mismatching, you could put matching new handles everywhere, which really adds to the aesthetics of the kitchen.
Absolutely. Repaint as needed in the kitchen. Maybe there's some grease splatters or something that could be covered up. Add a new backsplash.
Depending on the price point of the property, buyers prefer stainless steel sinks and appliances. If you go in and you see a black or a white refrigerator, it could be brand new, but the buyer automatically thinks that it needs to be upgraded. And so stainless steel is ideal. Indeed. So depending on the price point and the condition, we would make recommendations on replacing possibly countertops and cabinetry as needed. In the bedrooms, you can replace dated wallpaper with a faux or a textured wall finish pretty easily. You could replace old bathroom light fixtures. Just a simple new light fixture could add a lot of updating to the bathroom. But then also in the bathroom, you could add a new shower head or a new faucet that could have rust on it, or calcium buildup.
Good.
There, I found it.
Yep.
Calcium buildup, which makes it look old and used, but everybody's has a little bit of calcium buildup. But it really makes it look new, clean. It's inexpensive to make that correction, and can really help sell your home.
Perfect. Heavy drapes can make a room feel small when dark. Open those up, and if you had a large mirror on the wall, sure can make the room feel a lot larger. If you'd like a complimentary opinion regarding potential repairs or upgrades in your property, please give us a call. We'll be happy to come by and just share with you our thoughts and things that have sold properties in the past for more money and for a quicker time. Well, to learn how much your property is worth in today's market, simply go to BuyParkCityRealEstate.com and scroll down to learn what your property is worth. And I'll just go ahead and take us here. Here's our website. Again, you'll just scroll past a few of our featured properties and you'll see the headline, Learn What Your Property is Worth in Today's Market. Go ahead and fill this out. It takes less than a minute. It tells how many bedrooms and bathrooms your property is, if it's a home or a condo. And go ahead and fill in your name and your email, and that way we can email you this property value assessment. You'll click Contact Me Now for my free property value assessment. Just click Submit Form. That will come to Ron and me, and we will get to work and get that sent over to you.
If you have any questions, please email us. Again, I'm Dean at thewilsteinteam.com.
And I'm Doug at thewilsteinteam.com. If you'd like us to call you, just include the best phone number to reach you and a preferred time to contact you, and we'll be happy to give you a call.
Thank you for participating in our webinar. I'm Dean. This is Doug. We appreciate you joining us and watching.
Super. Our next Park City Market Talk will be July 15th, so join us there. If you've missed any or you'd like to see any of the old archives, you can go to thewilsteinteam.com/web archives and watch all sorts of great webinars. That being said, thank you so much for your time and have a great day.
Thank you.